What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode number 17 of our Minnesota Vikings franchise in Madden NFL 20. It has been since November, since the last time that you guys saw an episode of this series, so it's not dead, per se, but we're returning. So happy Super Bowl Sunday. Who you guys got in the Super Bowl? You got the 49ers or the Chiefs? Personally, I don't really care who wins. I like both teams as I have liked them since I was a young lad. But if you guys remember the last episode, we had a little bit of a position battle going on between quarterback J.T. Peppers from the Minnesota Golden Gophers. So we had just drafted him. We had actually traded Xavier Rhodes for some draft picks, which we actually used to acquire J.T. Peppers. However, we also acquired, through trade, wide receiver Mecole Hardman. Nice little slot receiver, so it takes away that need for the draft. It was kind of a wonky, weird type of offseason, but it got the job done. And when we got J.T. Peppers, it really signaled to Kirk Cousins that he needed to kind of light a fire underneath him. He's 79 overall right now, and you can see the stats here between J.T. and Kirk Cousins. Obviously, J.T. Peppers being more of a athletic type of quarterback, he can kind of help us out where Kirk was the most sacked quarterback in the league last year in this series. And JT would give us kind of that extra couple seconds, that extra couple plays that might need to be able to be happening downfield to allow receivers to get open, extend plays basically, right? But I linked a Google form for you guys to vote, and the overwhelming majority of you guys wanted JT Peppers to be the starter. However, I have to go with Kirk Cousins. It just makes the most realistic sense to do so. We're a playoff team right now as it stands. I don't think I'm bringing Kirk back next season. I think it's going to be J.T. Peppers' time in year number 3. Here's one of our draft picks here in the first round. Andrew Thomas, left tackle. So in the preseason, he actually got a bump with a +1 in attribute grade. So that's a bonus. That's a good thing. And here's our new kick returner / slot receiver, Mecole Hardman. We actually traded him for next to nothing from the Kansas City Chiefs. But, guys, you saw the schedule here a little bit earlier, and we are going to be doing Play 2, Sim 2. That's kind of what we're going to use as far as the schedule goes for this series going forward. I feel like since so much time has already passed, it only makes sense that we implement something like that so we can kind of get this series back on track. We're really loaded with the XBA stuff going on. MLB The Show is coming out, and I had a baby recently, right? So we have to be able to get this series wrapped up. But I do want to do it justice. So I want you guys to see how this Vikings team is going to be built and how we're going to do in the future. All right. So Play 2, Sim 2. We have gameplay here against the Chicago Bears at home. It's a Monday Night Football game, and our offense is not looking too bad. It's looking a little bit better than last season already. I know that we kind of stalled out there, kind of allowed that sack to happen from Eddie Goldman, but we weren't looking too bad right there. Defense might need to be analyzed a little bit here going forward. That was really bad tackling on our part, as Trey Burton's going to end up scoring a touchdown here, going all the way for about 70-plus yards. So 7-0 Chicago. We're actually going to get gameplay against the Colts a little bit later. I don't have gameplay for you guys ready for this right now because we are actually taking year number 2 custom prospects. So I wanted to give us time in order for those prospects to be submitted. So make sure you guys are posting your prospects in the comment section below, as well as the Google form that's available. So please go check that out. All right, so Kirk Cousins and the Vikings here at the 9-yard line. So we're pushing through. We got to get a score here. Touchdown, Kyle Rudolph in the back of the end zone. That's a play that I remember. We were trying to run that against the Detroit Lions in year number 1. And I think we scored a touchdown. I think there was one play about, a 4th down. We were really trying to drive down the field when the time was running out of the game in the 4th quarter. And we didn't get the playoff. But it's a good play for Kyle Rudolph. I like finding him in the back of the end zone with that. But we see here Tariq Cohen getting the call, and he's not going to get past Anthony Barr. Then here's a nice tackle by Eric Kendricks, who's been kind of a tackling machine for us in this series. Makes a nice stop. Chicago will have to kick a field goal. So it's 10-7. Here's a pass completed, but the ball gets popped out. A big hit, and then falls in to the hands of Harrison Smith. He is everywhere. He is literally everywhere, all over the field, always making plays for us in this series. I mean, look at this big hit. Oh my goodness, just perfect timing, right place at the right time, and we get the football back. So we keep Chicago off the scoreboard on that drive. Sack on Cousins, 2nd and 18. Here's a handoff, just trying to get some extra yards, some positive yards, set us up for a manageable 3rd down. It's 3rd and 6. Cousins dropping back. He's going to find Kyle Rudolph wide open. Easy throw, easy pitch and catch. Cousins 8 of 12 right now. Here's a pass going to go completed to Stephon Diggs, and that's kind of been a strategy for me going forward into this year number 2, is I want to get Thielen and Diggs more involved. I know there's a lot of mouths to feed on this offense between Cook, Thielen, and Diggs, but I do want to get them more involved. I feel like their numbers are not being accurately portrayed in this series so far. But we see Kirk Cousins being inaccurate, and he misses that pass, so it leads to a field goal. So it's now tied 10-10. And now with the football here, Kirk is driving his troops down the field. Pass going to go completed to Dalvin Cook, then Adam Thielen there on the right. 39 seconds to go. Pass almost picked off. Not a good read by yours truly. 2nd and 10. Here's a little play action. Kirk going to find Derek Wolford-Graham. Good little nifty player, receiving back that we drafted late in last year's draft. 3rd and inches with 31 seconds left to go. We did have to call a timeout, so we are preserving the time on the clock. Here's Wolford-Graham almost going to get into the end zone for his first career NFL touchdown. We're going to give him the call one more time, and he doesn't get any positive yardage. So the Bears snuffed that play out and stuffed us in the backfield. 6-yard line with 10 seconds to go, and a nice little throw there to Adam Thielen for the touchdown. He's between him and Kyle Rudolph. I like finding those guys on the goal line. They just run their routes really well. They're good targets down there. Stephon Diggs, kind of that open field type of guy. Want to utilize his speed, but Thielen, more possession, and Kyle Rudolph, just a big body target. So we take the lead 17-10. Let's jump all the way to the 3rd quarter with about 3 minutes left to go. And here's Allen Robinson going up against Mike Hughes. Took 3 Vikings to come on over and make that tackle. Out the 8-yard line, the Bears are pushing forward. Tariq Cohen going to get stuffed, though, by Linval Joseph. 2nd and goal. Tariq, a little fake, a little juke move, but not going to fool Anthony Barr as he makes the tackle. At the 3-yard line with 1:45, what are the Bears going to do? Pressure. Trubisky gets sacked by none other than Danielle Hunter. So the Bears are going to have to settle for a field goal. 17-13. Here's Dalvin Cook with the call. Little fake, little jukes, utilizing his blockers. It's a really good push by that O-line. You saw Andrew Thomas, number 76, at the 2nd level. I really like what he's doing for us. Maybe the Vikings do take Andrew Thomas. Maybe he falls a little bit in the real-life NFL draft. That would be pretty interesting. That might be kind of like a predictive challenge by yours truly. We'll see what happens. 3rd and 5. Vikings, we got the stop against the Bears. 3rd and 5. We pick it up. Diggs with that catch. And then here goes Dalvin with that X factor and superstar ability, making everybody miss. About 4:50 to go. Time is winding down, and that's really the end goal here. Look at Andrew Thomas there pulling as the left tackle. Love it. You love to see it. Andrew Madison getting the call there for his first carry of the game. It's a big one. Wolford-Graham's got wide open spaces, but he's going to get dropped at the 1-yard line. Here's a toss play to Dalvin Cook, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown, and it looks like it's going to be out of reach, guys, for the Bears. It looks like we're going to get this W. It's going to be 24-13 with 25 seconds to go, so a lot of prevent defense allowing the Bears to get down the field and score that last-second touchdown. Robinson gets his garbage time score. They do end up getting a 2-point conversion to make it a 5-point game. It's kind of a weird call, but the Vikings will get the W. And Kirk was good. 217 yards, no picks, no fumbles. Did take a few sacks, but again, we got a rookie left tackle, and we'll try to make that work as the series goes on. But I thought our guys played well. 5 catches for 53 for Rudolph with a touchdown, 5 for 76 for Diggs, 4 for 41 for Thielen plus the touchdown. And then Mecole Hardman here with 1 catch for 3 yards. We'll see how he does in simulation against the Packers and the Lions. But I do, when I play, I want to get him more involved against the Colts in week number 4. So we'll just have to see how he does with that. Defensively, Holton Hill starting to get a lot more playing time, and he was a tackling machine, guys, in that nickel and dime packages. He's looking pretty good off the edge, off the corner. I like it. Holton Hill with 12 tackles, guys. So we did simulate against Detroit, ended up losing by a touchdown, 35-28, and they had 402 yards against us. So we saw the first play of the game with Trey Burton, the tight end, like taking it 70+ yards for a score. Stafford had 5 touchdowns on us. So all the haters out there about me trading Xavier Rhodes, you guys are right so far. This defense is kind of a little bit of a mess, but maybe it'll pay off in the end. I'm not sure, but we do have our quarterback of the future, right? Of the future. Got to be thinking forward. Maybe. Stephon Diggs, 6 for 64 to score. Thielen and Rudolph also had touchdowns. Hockenson, though, 6 catches for 44 and 3 scores. Yeah, half of his catches were touchdowns against us. Not good. Not good at all. So we're having trouble covering tight ends. Not sure what that's all about. Our linebackers are pretty good. They should be able to cover a guy like TJ Hockenson, right? Defensively speaking, yet again, let's take a look at the numbers here. We got Anthony Harris with 5, Anthony Barr with a tackle for a loss. Linval had a tackle for a loss as well. We also had an interception thrown in there against Stafford. For week 3, Cousins was a player of the game. 4 touchdowns, and nobody for us was player of the week in week 1 or week 2. There's your Kirk Cousins that we need, guys. 34-28 win over Green Bay on the road, and based on that performance, he was a player of the week. You'd love to see it. 4 touchdowns, no picks, 75% completion percentage, 9.4 yards per throw. That's an amazing number. That's an elite type of number. We need more of that from Senior Kirk, Captain Kirk. 7 catches for 105, and there is Mecole Hardman, 5 for 86. Diggs, of course, with that touchdown, and then Olabisi Johnson had a catch for a score as well. So, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode. Like I said, we'll have the Colts gameplay later on during the week. So, guys, now is the time to submit your custom prospect. There's a Google form linked in the description as well as a pinned comment below. So just look for me as a commenter, and it should be right there for you guys. Just click on that link. It'll have everything from player name, college, height, weight, backstory if you want to post a backstory. I do have to explain one thing, though, about this draft class. I am getting outside help from one of my longtime viewers and helpers, Brian Street. He ended up making the year number 1 draft class with all of you guys in it. I think we made about maybe like 80 plus, about 86 custom prospects, if I remember that correctly. We're going to have to find a draft class with Trevor Lawrence in it, because this would be the year that he would be in. It's kind of the top player of that draft class. Not that we're taking Trevor Lawrence. We do have a quarterback in the future, but the point remains we need to find a draft class with him. Also, get rid of all of the underclassmen that ended up deciding to stay in college in real life that ended up getting drafted in this series in the year 1 draft class. So we'll have to fix that. We'll have to figure that out as well. So that might take a few weeks to get this sorted out. Then we can do some custom prospect videos, some scouting reports on you guys, and we'll go from there. But the key thing about this custom class is that there's only going to be 50 prospects taken. So no 80 plus players that are going to be taken. We're only taking 50. And you can see it up on the screen there. right in front of you guys. We're only taking a certain amount of positions. That way that you have a very balanced draft class of custom prospects, because you don't want to have a bunch of submissions and then try to randomize it, because then at that point it's feasible, it's possible, it's probable that you might get more quarterbacks than you get O-linemen or linebackers, so on and so forth. So you want to keep it balanced, and I feel like this is the best way to do it. So in the parentheses there, you will see how many prospects of each position that we're taking from there. So guys, that's it for this video. Leave a like if you like this thing. Look forward to reading your custom prospect submissions. Hope you have a wonderful Super Bowl Sunday. I'll see you guys later on in the week. As always, peace.